stage performances. Anybody here who's ever done stage performance? It is a linear storytelling performance every single night, beginning of the story all the way to the end of the story in an hour or two, however long your show is. It is not a produced medium. Not only that, but you have to be aware of the live audience in front of you. You have to make sure that everybody within the audience can hear you, especially on that back row. And because of that, you're on stage, you're also translating all these emotions across a distance. It tends to be animated. It's loud. We're pushing from our diaphragm, and we are speaking right here. That's stage. For film, much, much more subtle. Instead of having to really make sure that back line can hear me, we're going to bring the audience, aka the camera, to you. So it's no longer about being animated and really translating your story across a distance. The camera comes right up. What tells the story? Dilation of your pupils, tension in the brow, your jaw clenches, tears begin to well. None of that you can see on stage. So film is a much more subtle interpretation of that acting art. It also breaks from the tradition of linear storytelling. I've never been on a film set that's ever shot scene 1 through scene 30 in order. It's never happened. I don't think that you can procure sets like that. You know, usually we shoot where we're gonna shoot when we can shoot it. So it's broken up. We're shooting scene 30 first because that's the first location we could get at the time we needed it. The last thing we shoot's the first scene. You know, it's very out of order. And some of the challenges as the actor, knowing where you are, when you are, so that way we can be the appropriate emotional adjustment. We can note that at this point in the story, our relationship is at this particular state. I hate you in this scene, but then 2 months from now, we're gonna go shoot the first scene and I still love you here, right? Voiceover is also a produced medium. It is not a linear storytelling format, but it's produced in a very different way than film is. The same way that for a film actor, camera is essentially your Lord and Savior. Everything that it sees, it happens. If the camera doesn't pick it up, it's like it didn't happen. For voiceover, that's the microphone. And we're gonna treat this microphone like it's somebody's ear. So if somebody's ear's this close to me, notice my intensity drops, my volume drops. You have to treat this like someone's ear. If I move this away, now that's at a normal distance, it's about the same distance from right here. Now I have to project just a little bit more to really hit that microphone. If I start doing this on the pop filter on the mic, then it's going to explode the audio. This, I just said what it's called a pop filter. This protects you from plosives. The dog went through the whole, the H to any sort of vowel, D to vowels, B's, P's, S's, T's. All these plosives can really spike your audio, so you want to be careful whenever you are really laying into those syllables or phonemes. The pop filter can only do so much, especially because this is a glorified pantyhose. Yeah, for sure. The other thing to be careful of is knowing what axis you're sitting on whenever you're talking into this microphone. Imagine an invisible line cutting this microphone in half, right through the pop filter, right through your face. This is the correct axis to be on the microphone. You shouldn't be anything about one fake telephone call away from the pop filter. And this is where we're talking. If I move my head off this axis, it sounds as if my character is rapidly and pretty egregiously traveling around the set. I'm talking here, hey Ma! All of a sudden it sounds as if I've run around the corner to yell for my mother. Try not to do that. Try to keep your head on axis with the microphone. Your body can gesticulate, can move around as much as you want, as long as your head is floating in space and stays consistent with this. Then your audio will sound consistent as well.